What is going on, clan? Welcome back to part 3 of the GTA 3 guide. When we last left off, we were blowing up some meth heads. You know how we do it. We go crazy here. And I reckon we'll only have one more part after this. I've tried to condense this as much as I can, and I think 4 parts would be very fitting, so I'm going to aim for that. Now, first off, where we're continuing here is going to be on Asuka's missions. So you're going to come to the mission under surveillance, and we can continue with the story. Now, first off, you're going to head to the park on Staunton Island. There's going to be 2 guys there that you can snipe, or you can just shoot them with your Uzi or whatever you have. Later on, we can blow up the van. You can just chuck a grenade and then drive to the next bit of enemies here, which is by Kenji's Casino. When you get to Kenji's Casino, again, if you have the sniper rifle, you can just come up the stairs. And right here, they're going to be able to blast you. But if you come over here, you can not only shoot through the glass, but they won't shoot you. Or at least they'll be shooting at you, but they can't hit you. So you can just take them out here, and you can finish the mission very easily. So you can just use that glass for safety. And then after you take them all out, you're going to pass the mission. We can head back to Asuka and then do the Paparazzi Purge mission. Now for this mission here, you're going to be driving a boat and chasing another guy in a boat. And all you have to do is get his damage meter full, and then he'll blow up. The boats, in my opinion, are fucking ass to control, so good luck. After that, continuing with Asuka's mission, we're going to go with Payday for Ray. Now this mission has you going to multiple payphones throughout Staunton Island until we eventually end up in a bathroom with a man. I know, trust me, I also wish GTA was real so this scenario could happen to me. But once you get here, this is going to unlock some new missions, and we won't do any missions for him yet. We're just going to head back to Asuka immediately after. So again, don't start Ray's missions, go back to Asuka, and we can do the Two-Faced Tanner mission. These are one of the missions that can disappear, so again, you just want to do these in this order so that way you don't run into any problems. And to complete this mission, all we really have to do is kill him. And if you have the Uzi, as you can see, I've always picked up Uzi ammo from the hideout. I don't have much, but it's more than enough. You can see it basically almost insta-blows up his car. And if he does run away and the car doesn't blow up in time, you can just run him over. And once you complete the mission as well, it's going to wipe your notoriety so you won't have cops on you anymore. After that, we can head to Kenji's missions at the casino. We're at the Kabu bust out. Now for this mission here, we do require a police car, so you can just steal one, or you can go to the police station. We will have to go to the police station anyways, but all you want to do is come to 8 Ball's garage to get it rigged with a car bomb. And after you've rigged it with the car bomb, you'll head over to the police station. You'll see a marker on the map. And you can enter in through the garage here. You can see it says staff parking only, and it wraps around to get inside the police station. There's going to be a gate that'll only open for the police car. Make your way to the back of the station, and there's going to be a spot that's highlighted for you to activate the car bomb. So position the car there, then press the button to activate it, which is left on the D-pad, and then you can leave. Back away from the area and it'll blow up, and then you want to quickly grab a police car and then take him in the car with you. Sometimes the AI is absolute dog shit, so just try to make sure you do this quick. As you can see here, I kind of went too quick and that dude got fucked. So yeah, just try to do quick enough, and then also be careful that you don't get busted. And right here you went to open the door again, and you really don't want to get busted because then you have to start back over from the start of the mission. So just be careful and try to get in the car quickly and then make your way out of there. After that, you guys can ditch the cops by going to a pay and spray or switching cars. And then once you drop him off, you're going to get mission pass for that one. And then the next one we've got is Grand Theft Auto. And just like the title says, we're going to be stealing some cars. They're going to be marked on the map. All you have to do is go to their location, pick them up, and you will have to use the pay and spray. They have to be in perfect condition. The good thing is the garage that we turn these in at is just right next to the pay and spray. You are timed for this, but you just want to carefully park it in there, because if you even tap the inside of the garage, then it considers it damage. But once you grab all 3 of those and turn them in, you'll beat the mission. And if you've been following the guide so far, you likely already have that trophy that popped. Next up, go to Kenji's again, and we're going to do Deal Steal. Now for this mission, all we have to do is come and pick up the target. And then we're going to make our way to the hospital. Now once you're at the hospital, you just want to carefully kill these guys that come out of the cartel trucks. Then we can grab the briefcase. And you also have to destroy the cars, so you can either back up and blow them up. Or if you're low on health, you can grab that health over there as well, just to be safe. And then we can just chuck a grenade, blow them up, and then run and grab a car. Then we can make our way back to the casino, and that'll be another mission passed. And after that, we're going to have another mission with Kenji. And for this one here, we get to meet the #1 employee, Bob. And then after this bit, you will have to punish the gang that was responsible and then retrieve their protection money. So it's going to be on the map. It's going to be another briefcase. You just want to take these guys out without getting killed. You should have armor as well if you've been following the guide. So make sure you use that just in case you're struggling. And then once you get back to the casino, that'll be the end of that mission as well. Then again, we're doing another Kenji mission. This one's called Smackdown. And again, I'm just showing you the mission order so that way you pretty much have a good idea. Now this one just has you going around killing gang members called Yardies. And you just want to try and kill as many as you can. If you don't kill enough, you're going to fail. And as you can see, I killed 9 of them, so that was enough to pass the mission. And then we can head to the guy in the bathroom finally and start our first mission with Ray. So there's something that we can do to make this mission even more easier. And I guess you could say,
this is big brain time.
So what we did was we put our car in front of the garage there, and then if you move up to this dent here, so where the concrete kind of has that little curve or dent, and then chuck a grenade from there, it should go straight into the window. After that, you can just start chucking him towards the car, and he won't be able to get out of there. So normally he drives out, but if you're quick, you can blow up the car with grenades, and then you can get a nice, easy mission passed. Alright guys, so after that, we're going to head back to the guy in the bathroom, Ray. We're going to do arms shortage. Now for this mission here, it can get a bit tricky, but basically you have a few moments to prepare before an ambush. So as soon as you regain control, you can jump over here to get on top of the ledge here. Ignore that package, that was just an old clip. You should have at least 99 packages if you've been following the guide. And you'll jump over here to grab an RPG, and this has 5 rockets. So you can get the jump on them, which is going to make this a little bit easier. And you can see them, the purple dots, as well as they're going to come around the side and the back there, those green dots. And you want to make sure you're not leaving yourself vulnerable. You also would do well to have armor, because as you can see, I got shot from behind and nearly died. So if you can, I'd grab armor for this mission as well from your hideout. And then I just hide behind the tank, kind of pick these guys off. And then what I did for the ones that were hiding behind there, just because the AI can just automatically aimbot your ass if you turn the corner. So what I did was I jumped back over, I pulled out a grenade, and I just started chucking them like crazy. So you kind of just want to play a bit defensively, because with that many swarming you, it's very easy to get overwhelmed or just get, absolutely fucked, because my health bar just took the day off. But as long as you play defensively, you can chuck grenades from behind a safety point, and then just pay attention to the green dots on the map. As I can see, here's one on the right, and he started to run in here, and he could have definitely killed me. So you just want to be very careful. Again, you should have body armor, things like that from your hideout, and that'll make a massive difference. There's also a glitch for you to get the tank during that mission if you do want to get it early, but we're going to get it at the end of the game anyway, so I wouldn't really worry about it. And then once you're ready, you can go to the next Ray mission, which is Evidence Dash. And this one just has you running into a truck, and every time you run into him, he's going to drop packages, and we need to collect 6 of those. Now after you've grabbed all 6 packages, it's going to have you destroy the vehicle, and then once you blow up the vehicle, you'll pass the mission. So next up, our mission is going to be right back at Ray in the bathroom, and this one's going to be called Gone Fishing. Now what we need to do for this mission is tail a guy in a boat, and you'll eventually come to this point here where he drives onto the shore. And what I did was I pressed triangle to stop driving the boat, and then I just aimed with the Uzi until I killed him. He shouldn't really be able to hit you, to be honest. I mean, I was missing quite a bit, and I took no damage. So just quickly take him out, and that'll be another mission passed, and then we can go right back to Ray. This next one is called Plaster Blaster. And you have to damage an ambulance until the guy comes out of the back. So you'll see a guy in a cast, he pops right out, and then you have to damage him. I found it easy to just get out of the car and use a grenade on him. So you can do that to kill him and just make sure you don't die. Now we're going to start finally going to Donald Love missions. And the first one that we get from him is called Liberator. Now some of his can despawn if you didn't do these in order, so that's why we had a specific order to do. And what you need to grab here, if you go to the construction site or if you see one of these cartel trucks driving around, just go ahead and grab it. But if not, you can go to the construction site and then you can bring the truck to open this gate. Or you can use an ambulance as well to jump over. But I recommend using the truck because you can use it as a barricade. There's a lot of enemies in here and they do a lot of damage. So what I did was I took out the first two guys and then I equipped my Uzi. And then once you have a gun equipped, you can just use this as a shield and just slowly kind of inch towards them. Now they have a range on which they actually attack you, so if you stay pretty far back, you can kind of damage them without even taking any damage. And again, you can also have body armor if you're a bit worried. After you clear out this area here, you have to look for the NPC that we're trying to escort. And the way to do that is by walking near any of these garages. So the door will only open if you're walking. So what I did was I parked it in front. I got out and that opened it. And then that way I could see if I was going to get ambushed. As you can see, he still did a shit ton of damage to me. But thankfully that one had the NPC in it. So hopefully it won't take you long to find them. But again, just play this very defensively because they do a fuckload of damage. And then once you find the garage that he's actually located in, the Oriental gentleman, you can walk up to him and that'll get him to follow you. And then escort him back to Donald Love's mission, and that'll be a mission passed for you. And then we can start Donald's next mission. Now, again, you want to make sure you have all of Kenji's missions done before doing this mission here. Otherwise, his become missable, and you'll have to restart. So again, this is why I have a specified order in the guide, just to make sure that you can go through the game, get the 100%, and not have to worry about too much in regards to missables. So I've tried to make it easy to follow. But once you get to this part here, you'll be at the top of a parking garage. You just want to take your time and do a drive-by shooting with the Uzi outside. Once there's only a few, you can inch up, but be careful from the guys with the shotguns because they can really do a lot of damage to your car. You can see this guy's like stuck in the corner, but just play it safe. Kill all of them first, and then you can slowly make your way towards the blue marked NPC. After I kill the guy that was trapped in the corner, I'm still only inching towards the NPC. Because you can see a few started running towards me. You can get out of the car and use it as a barricade, but you just want to play it safe so you don't get overwhelmed. After that, you can ramp off the car garage, and then once you get far enough away, you'll get a mission passed, and it should get rid of your notoriety as well. Then we can make our way back to Donald Love, and we're going to do a drop in the ocean. Now make sure you guys check your posture, stretch it out. You know, we've been gaming out here. But on this mission, you're going to be in a boat, and you're going to follow a plane. He's going to start dropping packages down to you. There's going to be 6 of them, so you just want to slowly follow him and make sure you collect all 6. And then after you collect all 6 of those and make your way back, that's going to be the end of the mission. And in the definitive edition, there's also a trophy for it. After that, you can then head right back in, and we're going to do Grand Theft Aero.
Thank you for retrieving those packages, but they were only...
So next up, it has you come to the airport and check the plane. And the package isn't in the plane, so then it has you check the car over here as well. And then it's going to have us drive to a different location, which is the construction area. So you can hop in the car, drive to the construction area. Now once you're here, use the wall as coverage. Now you want to just carefully take these guys out using the wall as coverage. And again, you could have armor on as well from the hideout if you need it. But you can see a lot of them don't really shoot me because we're very far back. Then you can slowly make your way forward, and there's going to be more enemies here as well. So you just want to be very careful. And as long as you're pretty far back, I mean, they're not going to really damage you. They might shoot at you, but chances are they're not going to hit you. And then once you know for sure that all of them have been taken out, make sure there's none hiding. You can head into the mission marker, which is to go up the lift. After that, you'll make your way back to Donald Love's mission marker, and that'll be another mission complete. Now, next up, we're going to have another Donald Love mission. If I had to explain this mission, I would say that it's like a dog shit sitting out in the sun and then you being forced to sniff it.
That is one big pile of shit.
But nonetheless, it has to be completed. We have to escort this armored van without it taking too much damage. Now you can drive ahead of the armored van, which can help sometimes. As you can see, you can get the early jump on a lot of these gang members that would be damaging the truck. And it'll still follow you, so there's no real range. You can keep going. Sometimes the enemies don't spawn until the truck's within a certain range though. But if you kind of see where the enemies are attacking from beforehand, you can kind of plan your route effectively. So as you can see, when I'm coming through this tunnel, it's going to take us to the Shoreside Vale. Now, once we get outside the Shoreside Vale tunnel, before the truck actually comes out here, I can see that a gang member spawned on top already. So I can take him out just to make sure that my truck takes even less damage. Again, avoid any cops. And then once you get to this final area here and put him in the garage, you're going to complete the mission. Then we can make our way all the way back to Donald Love. And then this mission we've got is called Decoy. So for this mission here, we're going to drive over the Shoreside Vale bridge. So this mission is actually what unlocks the bridge. So if you were one of the people who couldn't get our 100th package because you weren't flying the dodo plane or you couldn't be bothered, whatever the case may be, once you come to this bridge, you'll see it's now operable. And we're going to get our 100th package, guys. So you're going to get a trophy here. And not only that, you're going to unlock the RPG for the rest of the story, which will be at the hideout. Now, wait for the bridge to go up to the very top. And once it's at the top, you can use a car to then jump over and then grab your package. You want to do it before it goes down because as you can see, I almost missed it. Again, ignore the number of packages in the clip. You should be at 100 if you've been following the guide. Some clips were rearranged just to make this a bit more efficient, and that way I'm not wasting your time. So after that, we can make our way forward with the mission objective. We are now on Shoreside Vale. So you can see here we're in this little city where the quest marker is, or the mission marker is. And what we're going to do this time is we're taking this armored truck, and you can see I marked on the map where we want to go. So we're going to the airport parking lot on the side of the airport. Now on the side of the airport is going to be this parking lot. Again, you can rewind it if you need to see where I marked. But we have to survive for over 2 minutes. So the easiest way to do this is if you come into this parking lot, you can just keep going in a circle. And usually only one cop car will come in here. Sometimes you'll get another one, but they won't really do much to you. And sometimes you get a helicopter shooting at you, but since you're going in a circle, it usually doesn't really damage you either. But just keep going in a circle until you finish the time limit. And then once you survive that time limit, you are going to pass the mission. This is a nice little easy trick that you can complete that one with. And then we can head back to Donald Love's mission objective. Now this one is no real mission. It's just basically letting you know that he kind of dipped out. And then we can head over to Ray and continue his missions. And we're going to go with Marked Man. Now all he wants us to do is, within the time limit of course, make it to the Shoreside Airport. So we can drop them off at the airport. And he also lets us know that he's got some weapons and a car stashed in a garage. I got fucking stuck because I'm trash at the game. But once you make it here, it's going to pass the mission. And then we can go over to Asuka's missions. So we're continuing on with Asuka's, and this mission is called Bait. Now in this mission, we have to drive through Shoreside Vale, aggroing these gang members. So you can see they're very bright pink on the map, but when you aggro them, they go a sort of dark purple. And we need to just go through, you can cross this bridge here, and we need to have them all aggroed. So over here, you'll find the last two. So we're gonna go forward, aggro that one, and then go down this back road. And once you have all three on you, you want to carefully, not too fast, but make sure they're following you, bring them through this area. And if you've done this correctly, at the very last minute, you're going to jump off this ramp. And all of these members will ambush them and blow them up. So if that worked for you, then congratulations. Go ahead and celebrate.
You got your baited. You got your baited. You got your baited.
Yeah, in my case, something went wrong and one of them didn't actually get killed. So I saw him on the map. So sometimes even though this may happen to you, it doesn't necessarily mean you failed or you have to restart. Just look on the map to see where they went. He kind of got trapped down here. I just thought it might be worth mentioning. But I saw that he got trapped over on this road down below. And I just pulled out the RPG and I just kept trying to blast him. So once he came into view, I blasted him, and it still gave me the mission passed. Hopefully you can debate them though, and then continue on with Asuka's missions. Next up is Espresso-2-Go, and this one we're going to go around breaking these espresso stands. Now I've created a map here that has the locations and where to start from. So I'm going to pull that up for you now. And you can see we're going to start on the very top of Portland, make our way down and then through Staunton Island, grabbing all of those, and then going to Shoreside Vale last. I've got them in number order for you as well. Now you are timed on this, but as you can see, I still had a whole minute to spare. And once you break the last one, you are going to get mission passed. After that, we'll go right back to Asuka, and this mission is called S.A.M. Now what we're going to do on this mission is you'll be on a boat and you have to wait for a plane to come by. I recommend just getting yourself kind of positioned in a straight line on the boat. And then as it comes close, you just want to try and line up going at it straight. So as you can see, it's almost coming straight towards me. That way we can just spam rockets and then we can hopefully hit it. And doing it while the boat is straight will just make it a little bit easier to hit. And once you hit it, it's going to blow up, drop all the cargo, and you are unfortunately going to have to drive the boat to pick up all the cargo. And it takes like 6 business days because the driving on the boat for some reason is ass. After you grabbed all the packages, head back up to the lift. You're going to find out that they are no longer there, and then a Catalina mission will appear. So you'll see a C on your map. Head over to the C, and you're going to have a mission called the Exchange. Now, we're actually just about to finish the story. We're not too far off the story, so congratulations, guys. We slammed through it. Now, for this mission here, I like to play it safe, and what I did was, at the very start of the entrance, it's blocked by cartel members that are guarding it. You are timed, but we do have plenty of time for this. So again, just blow them up. I used a grenade, or now that you have that package, you can just use an RPG. And then what I did here was I either used a sniper rifle or I just pulled out the Uzi and just shot them from a distance. So you can see we can just take them out. It just makes it a little bit safer when we go in there. Now once you come up to this area here, there's going to be a truck that drives close to you. But if you run all the way back here and just hide, there's going to be a helicopter that drives by and drops explosives, and he'll blow up that truck. And then after the helicopter leaves, you're safe to go out. But back here you can stay safe. And then after that you can make your way forward and take out any more gang members until you get to the roof. And you can hide right here on the roof and just take them out this way. So you're just using that wall as coverage, and then there's going to be one to the left behind the factory chimney here. And after you do that, you're going to see that there's a helicopter on the map. It's a dark purple marker. Make sure you don't get shot by it. You don't want to run in close like I did there. I could have got screwed. But pick up the RPG if you don't already have one. And next up, you just want to shoot it down. So just keep trying to shoot it. And then once you shoot that down, you can just run up to Catalina and punch her in the face. And while there is still stuff to do for the platinum, you can at least celebrate that we've completed the story mode. So we are basically going to be on to the cleanup stage. You'll go to the credits and then you'll get a story related trophy. And again, I reckon we'll have one more part after this for the cleanup, but I'm going to try and condense this as much as possible for you guys. Now that we beat the story, we fully unlocked the tank that was at the north side of Staunton Island. And what you want to do is you want to go here to grab the tank and then store it at the Staunton Island hideout. You can actually fit it in the garage here, and then that way we can use it whenever we want. And you might remember that we didn't do the 20 Vigilante missions needed on the Portland Island, and we need 20 on each island. So we're going to go get that, but we're also going to get the trophy for doing 15 in a row. Or if you're on the OG version, there's 20 in a row. And if you go to Portland with the tank, it is a bit slow, but it absolutely destroys everything and you don't have to worry about blowing up. So it's a lot better than a cop car. I think the lowest amount of time I had was about 29 seconds. So as long as you're cutting these people off, and even then, as long as you're just taking the shortest routes that you can, then you should get this no problem. So you have to do 15 in a row for the definitive edition for a trophy, and then it's 20 in a row for the OG version. If you do the 15, make sure you still do 20 because we need 20 on each island for the 100%. So even if you're on definitive edition, just make sure you do 5 more. You just don't have to worry if those 5 more are in a consecutive order. So there you go, guys. That completes the Portland Vigilante missions. It's a lot easier in a tank, so I figured I'd give you guys that method. Next up, we're going to do Vigilante on Staunton, and there's a police station here if you need to go back and get a police car at any point. And the good news is, since we got the consecutive kills trophy on Portland Island, you won't have to worry about getting these consecutively. So all we need to do is make sure that we do 20 criminal vigilante missions, and that'll count towards our 100%. And we can also feed 2 birds with 1 scone here, because there's another trophy you can work on at the same time. Now, as you see, we have a 4-star wanted level, and that'll happen while you're doing vigilante. And in the definitive edition, you have to use 20 of these bribes that get rid of your notoriety. In the OG version, you have to get busted 20 times, but I recommend saving that for last because it does affect your criminal rating, and there are trophies in the OG version for criminal rating. But if you're playing the definitive edition, just use these, and once you do all 20, you're going to get the escape artist. You can also just get the cops on you and keep farming them. Now, the only place you should need vigilante missions are Shoreside Vale, so you can save your game if you'd like, if it's been a while, and then you can head over to the police station on this side of the map to grab a police car, or if you see one driving around, you can just grab one as well. And again, we're doing the same thing. We just need to do 20 missions, and they don't have to be consecutively. As long as we do 20 total, that will count towards the 100% completion. So please make sure you do 20 on each island. And then after that, we only have one more Firetruck mission. So the Firetruck is located here by the airport. This should be your final one if you've been following the guide. We've already done Staunton and things like that. And if you take the Firetruck towards the hideout and then activate the mission, it literally just has you driving back and forth. So you can see I put out the fire and then a new one spawned directly behind me. Then I can turn around, put out another fire, and we can just do this until we've done 20. So you should have already done 20 on Portland, you should have done 20 on Staunton, and now we're doing the 20 on for Shoreside Vale. And then once you hit 20 in this island as well, that'll go towards 100%, but you'll also get a gold trophy, which is the Furious First Responder. That's also going to unlock the flamethrower at your hideout. Next up, we're going to do some payphone missions. So you can save your game again if you'd like, but then head to the payphone nearby. And the first one we're going to do is called Uzi Money. For this one, some people find it easier to come over by your hideout and then use the van that's hidden in the back here. I tried this method and I didn't have too much luck with it, to be honest, but I thought it might be worth mentioning just in case you do get lucky. We have to kill 20 purple 9s in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which are these purple gang members. So the red ones don't count. They have to be the ones in the purple. So you can just keep driving back and forth, changing your camera view so that way they spawn more when you're not looking in their direction. And just keep driving back and forth. Now again, your car could blow up if enough damage you, so just be mindful of that and make sure that you don't get blown up. But again, I didn't really have too much luck with this method, but I know some people really like this method, so I thought I would at least give it to you. But yeah, as you can see, we're struggling to really get some. But you do have 2.5 minutes. Now the method I used was I just grabbed the cartel truck here by the mission start. And then all you can do is just go around and just do a drive-by. And you need to kill the 20 in 2.5 minutes, so just try and do as many as you can in that time limit. If you do feel like you are getting shot at like crazy, you can always drive forward to avoid more damage. And as you can see, you can find big groups like that, which will take a massive chunk out of the 20 that are needed. And then once you've killed all 20, that'll be a mission pass, and you can head back to the phone booth to get the Toyminator Mission. Now in this mission, we are controlling these toy cars that blow up, and you just have to go to the marked targets on the map. You only get a certain amount of buggies though, so make sure you kill them without blowing up unnecessarily. After you take out all the targets, you're going to get mission passed. Head back there for another mission. Now this one's called Rigged to Blow. And basically his car has been rigged to explode. We have 5 minutes to take it all the way to 8 Ball back on Portland. So it is quite a bit of a drive. And then after they remove the bomb, you just return it here and you will pass the mission. So it's mainly just a lot of driving, but you should be able to slam through that one. Now the next one, we're just going to collect a lot of gold on the floor, which is going to slow down our car. And I don't know about you, but...
I love gold!
So again, it does slow down the car. It does make it a bit harder to control, and you do get a wanted level. But I just grabbed as much as possible, and then you can just take it to the garage. You'll lose your notoriety, and you'll pass the mission. Now, back at the payphone, we are going to do the Rumble mission. You can use this mission to farm the 25 gang member melee attacks since you're using a bat. This is a trophy that's only in the definitive edition, so if you're playing the OG one, you don't have to worry. So again, you can do it on this mission, but I recommend honestly just completing the mission. And if you come up by the hideout on Shoreside Vale, now I do find this method a lot easier, so I recommend doing this one, but come to the hideout in Shoreside Vale. And since you have a health kit and you can save right there, you can just go around just beating the gang members with a bat and then just making sure you don't get shot to death. So you can grab the armor and the health and just keep doing that until you get the 25 kills. So we have one more batch of phone missions, and it's back in Portland where I just showed you on the map. So pause the video if you need to. These are for some reason not marked on the map, and you can only grab them from 9 to 5. So as long as it's within the time range of 9 to 5, come and answer the phone that's ringing, and you'll get the first mission called the Crook. And it has you deliver this guy to the bitchin' dog food factory for Marty. After that, it's going to make you take the car to the crusher, and then once it's crushed, you'll pass the mission. Make your way back to that same phone booth from before, and we're going to do the Thieves Mission. And again, all of these kind of have the same sort of flow where we deliver people to the bitchin' dog food factory. And then we have to do some other task after we do that. So for this next one, we just have to get the car repaired, come back, and then return the vehicle. And then next up, we can go to the wife mission. Again, these only show up from 9 to 5. After you do this mission, it's eventually going to ask you to dispose of the car. Now, how I did it is if nearby from where the phone booth is, you come to the docks, you're going to find a semi-truck here. And you can just sort of ram that car into the water, and that's going to destroy it. And I think it actually does specifically say put it in the water, so make sure you do it in the water. I'm going off memory, sorry. And then we have the Her Lover mission, which brings this guy over to Marty, and he does Marty dirty. So there it is, guys. And I think we're going to end part 3 on that one. It's a bit of a heavy one. We've just lost the king of the bitchin' dog food company. But again, if this video has helped you and you're having a great time playing through GTA 3 with me, why don't you leave a like on the video? And if you're one of my real ones, why don't you leave a comment below that says RIP bitchin' dog food? And other than that, guys, big shout out to my Patreon supporters as usual. If you want to support me and be immortalized in my videos, check out the Patreon. I'm aiming for one more part, and I hope to see you there. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.